Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kilowatt, a podcast about electric vehicles, autonomous driving, renewable energy, and much, much more. If anybody out there has a better way of doing the intro for this podcast or a suggestion, I may not take it. Let me know, because that one feels awkward. It feels awkward to me. It doesn't feel natural, but maybe I'll get used to it. Anyway, on this episode, we actually have a special episode for you. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm not going to do news this episode. If I did news, what would happen is I wouldn't have any news to do tomorrow. So I've already got most of tomorrow's episode written just in case something comes in later on Friday. But yeah, there wasn't not a lot of news today that I found interesting. So I'm going to save the news part until tomorrow. But yeah. Before we get to our special gift from Steve Sheridan, I want to welcome Charles. Charles went to patreon.com/kilowatt or supportkilowatt.com and decided to sign up and support the show. Charles, thank you so much for doing that. It's really kind of you to do. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It's not very often that we get people signing up 2 days in a row. Like I said, the show is very small. I don't make a big deal out of the Patreon. But it makes me feel very loved and appreciated when this kind of thing happens. Now, you don't have to sign up for the Patreon or Acast or anything like that. That's not necessary. But it does feel nice. And you know what else feels nice? When somebody makes a highlight reel. I mentioned Steve Sheridan had a gift for us. Steve made a 2023 highlight reel, and it is amazing. So I'm going to let Steve describe it, and then I'll see you on the other side.
Hello, Kilowatt listeners. This is fan of the show, Steve Sheridan. I'd like to offer for your listening pleasure a short audio ensemble I put together of your host, Bodie. Since you're a Kilowatt listener, you've probably come to know and love Bodie's side comments as he delivers the podcast. You know, the moments when he lets his hair down and gives us a peek into how he's thinking, generally with humor thrown in for good measure. So what follows is a collection of Kilowatt audio clips from Bodie over the past year that I found amusing.
This is the kind of digressions that you get in a normal conversation with me. And then, like I said, it just kind of whipped up a flurry. Is it flurry? Furry. Meanwhile, you're wearing the same underwear that you've worn for the last 4 days. Your tires are bald on your car, and they catch you picking out a hemorrhoid cream in the Safeway pharmacy, so they know you got hemorrhoids. I got a little sassy there because you didn't ask me that. I asked myself that. Why am I getting sassy? Nax extravaganza, just in case you didn't laugh at the joke the first time. People don't understand Squishmallows. I don't understand Squishmallows. And it popped out about 2 or 3 inches. It startled me because I startle easily, which is a fun thing for firefighters to do. Walk around the corner and scream at me, and I'll always yell like a child. Hey, moron, that dinner table in your bathroom, you sure you want it there? Why not just put it in your dining room? I will buy your dinner. But that's it, because I'm very old-fashioned. Don't expect a lot. I'll buy you maybe an alcoholic drink, go to a nice dinner, go to the event, but then that's it. I am a gentleman. Like it was a bit of a spectacle. Oh, I'm leaving this in spectacle. Woo, spectacle. There we go. That's why I said likely, because I don't know that for 100%. That might have been a fever dream of mine. And when I watched it, I was like, these people are morons. I'm just teasing. Just teasing. No shade. No shade. So I would imagine the toilets at Tesla are getting pretty dirty. Now, I could tell you the name of the chemical, but we're just going to call it methyl ethyl death. I mean, I don't blabbing about it.
Again, Bodie, what'd you say?
Ooh, man, I apologize. I keep having to take breaks here. My voice is just going. So if this sounds like a rumbly chainsaw, which is what it sounds like in my head, I apologize for that. It's the end of the day. My brain's tired. I can't do math, especially when they're 6-digit numbers. Oh my gosh, forget about it. I do want to mention that if you made it all the way to the end, you are hardcore. Not to say that you're fraudulent. In this case, hardcore means awesome. If you think I'm full of baloney, send me an email, Bodie, BODIE, at 918digital.com. That's so good. It gives me chills every single time I hear it. It might just be because I'm a huge narcissist. I don't know, but it was really good. I sent that to my kid, Sierra, and to my wife, and they thought it was very funny, and I had to share it with everybody. But yeah, good job, Steve. I do have a couple of quibbles, though. Some constructive criticism. You said fan of the show. You're a friend of the show. You're a friend of mine. Allison and Steve are great friends of the show, and I really appreciate their support. It really means a lot. And they do cool things like this all the time. And then he said, he mentioned that they're my side comments. I view those as ticks, and those are, that's a badge of honor, those ticks. And then I'm pretty sure that hemorrhoid story I said, that was told in confidence. I didn't mean for that to get out on the internet. But anyway, as Steve's wonderful, wonderful audio clip said, if you want to email me, it's Bodie, BODIE, at 918digital.com. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me on Twitter at 918digital. Now, I do want to take a moment. I want to say, if you want to find Steve on Twitter and tell him what a good job he did, you can go search for SP Sheridan on Twitter, and I'll put links in the show notes. And obviously, I mean X, not Twitter. He's also SP Sheridan at astrodon.social. Again, I'll put all the links in the show notes, and you can subscribe to his YouTube page, youtube.com/SP Sheridan. Now, if you know Steve, and he's been on the show several times, he's very shy. He would never ask for any sort of promotion or any credit. But I think Steve's worth a follow. So please go follow Steve, and please let him know what you thought of his 2023 Kilowatt wrap up. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite things of 2023 that involved 2023 in this show. So, and it's really high up just for 2023 in general. So thank you very much, Steve. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Charles and Paul and everybody else who supports the show on Patreon and Acast Plus. It really does mean a lot. And I know that I owe some shout outs. I was going to wait until closer to the end of the year so we can end the year with the thank yous instead of beginning the month with the thank yous. All right, everybody, that is it for me this week. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow with a little bit of news. I'm going to record in the afternoon instead of waiting until 11 o'clock at night to record. All right. Again, thanks, everybody. Have a great night.